everybody, thank you for watching. So today's video is going to be a new makeup tutorial on this kind of like romantic mauve look. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette for this eye look, and this was actually a look that I did while we were traveling for Christmas. It was just one of the looks that I came up with one morning. I think it was actually Christmas Day that I did this look, and I was totally inspired by this top. I had just bought this top and I had it on. I was trying to think of what makeup to do, and I was like, I want to do makeup like my shirt. That's what I wanted, so that's how I came up with this mauve look, because I'm totally obsessed with this color right now. If you're wondering, this top is from Top Love Clothing. That is the clothing boutique that I work for that was started by my sister-in-law, Steph, and I now do online sales and marketing for the store. So of course I will leave this link down below, but I'm obsessed with this color. I know we just got another one in a shade, like I bought a sweater also around the same Christmas time in gray, and I absolutely love it. We just got that one in this mauve color as well, and I need it. Also, the bralette is from Top Loft also. But I was totally inspired by this makeup look because of this shirt, so that is what we are doing today. I really hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial. I love the way it turned out. Again, I'm just obsessed with this look right now. I use a new highlighter that I'm very excited to share with you as well. But if you would like to see how I got this mauve makeup look inspired by my shirt, please keep watching. Okay, so starting off with the eyes, using the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. I do have my eyes primed and ready for some shadows. So first I'm going to come into Raw Sienna and use my Morphe M431 brush and just lightly apply this into the crease as my transition color. And for my transition colors, I like to hold the brush at the very end and just use light pressure to apply this shade. I'm going to use my Morphe M433 and go into Love Letter, which is this beautiful pink right here. And I'm going to apply this on the outer corner. So I'm first going to place my brush down right in the outer corner and then just run it in circular motions and really get the majority of the product right on this outer part of my eye. And then as most of the product is there, I'll do a little bit of blending across the eye. My main focus is going to be right here on the outer part of the eye and just making sure that it's nice and blended. Don't worry about going too far out or too far up, because you can always come in later, clean it up with eyeshadows or even concealer. So I don't worry too much about being super precise here. I don't have a ton of lid space to work with, like I just simply don't. So for me, it's usually gets messy because of my limited lid space. And then I'm going to use my Morphe G13 and pick up the shade Antique Bronze. And I'm going to apply this into the center part of my lid. So again, first I'm just going to pat the product onto the center part, really make sure most of it gets right there. And then I'll slowly also blend it. I'm gonna merge those two shades. I like this brush because I find it kind of unique. I don't really have anything else like it in my collection. It's good for placing shadows, but it also is like fluffy enough that it's nice to blend. So I reach for this one quite a bit. So again, the main focus of this shadow is going to be right on the center of the eye. I am gonna come in with no extra product on my blending brush and just once again just sweep everything through. Picking up my Sigma E54, I'm gonna grab just a little bit of this Bon Fresco shade and just lightly tap this into the very inner corner of my eye. I don't want to get too crazy with this shade because it is like a really soft lilac, like it's not so much mauve. But I just wanted a little something, and I didn't want too much shimmer. Like a lot of times I put the gold shimmer, like I would put Primavera or Vermeer into that inner corner. I didn't want to do something with shimmer, but I still wanted something light. So that's why I went with that shade. So just tap ever so slightly. I mean, you can totally skip this step, but I just liked it. And then grabbing my G13 and once again, just blending through everything. So I feel like it just gave it like a little bit of a pop. Again, totally a step that you can skip, but I like the way that it turned out. I was talking about messy shadows. Like, you can see I have pretty messy shadows. One thing I'll do, I can do it with concealer. You can clean it up. Or another trick that I like to use, like I would just come into the first shade here in the palette, Tempera. I'm just grabbing any old brush will work, but it's just a white shade. And I basically just use that shadow to clean up the shadows. Like, super easy, super simple, but I do this trick quite a bit. And I mean, you can do it up top too as well to clean up, or you can clean up with like a highlight shade for your brow bone, whatever you want to do. But I just thought I'd share it with you. I did it once in an Instagram tutorial. I left this part in and showed how I cleaned up the shadows, and I actually had a lot of comments on it. So I thought I would do it in this video as well. But yeah, super easy, or you can totally use concealer, up to you, but I just thought it would be fun to show you guys that. So for liner, I'm going to use the Sigma Wicked Gel Liner, and I'm going to use the Small Angle E65 from Sigma. This is a bigger winged liner brush than I normally use. I usually use the E06, but I wanted to do something maybe a little bit bigger. This was actually my first wing liner brush, and I've been wanting to go back to it. So that's what I'm going to do, and we're going to see how it turns out. It's so funny, it just feels like it's so much bigger than the E06, but now I'm nervous. Why I decided to do this the time I'm on camera, I have no idea, but we're gonna see. Okay, so for my wing liner, I always draw my line across first and then I do the wing, and like I just couldn't do it. I have to go to my E06. Look how tiny this brush is. Like, I have to do this for my wing. I was trying, like I was preparing myself to do the wing, and I was like, I can't do it. This brush is so huge. Like, that's what I always use for my wing liner, but for some reason after using this E06, I'm like, I couldn't do a brush that big. So I'm gonna take my little brush now and create the wing. That was weird. I didn't know that was gonna happen. So for my liner, I just followed the eyeshadow line that I created from cleaning up the shadows. I just followed that line, drug it back, and then now all I'm doing is simply filling it in. Okay, so I'm going to switch to my face quick. So for primer, I'm going to use the Too Faced Primed and Poreless. This is one of my first primers I ever bought. I probably could have mentioned it in my YouTube Didn't Make Me Buy It video. If you guys haven't seen that, I hope you'll check it out. I recently posted about makeup that YouTube didn't convince me to buy, like the unhyped makeup. This definitely would have fallen into that category as well, because I started purchasing the Primed and Poreless primer like so long ago. For foundation, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. I am in the shade Natural. But what I do is just make some stripes along my face. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. And then I'm going to blend that out with my Sigma F80 brush. Been liking this foundation more. When I first got it, I was like, yeah, it's okay, but I felt like a lot of people were like going crazy over it, and I didn't immediately like fall in love, but it's been growing on me. I definitely say to blend it in with a brush, not a beauty blender, because to me it's like light medium coverage, and if you use a beauty blender, like it's just way too light of coverage, unless that's what you want, of course. And then for concealer, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape. Of course I am. So I'm just going to apply this on my under eyes and then the center of my face as well. Then I'm going to use my Sigma F79 to blend that in. The concealer is really good too to clean up eyeshadows if you still need to, or you can use it to clean up your liner even in case your liner got away from you. I use that trick fairly often as well. To set the concealer and bake, I'm using the Kat Von D Brightening Powder. I have my shade in Peach. Just using a like slightly damp Real Technique sponge to apply it. I just applied this to my under eyes. I know some people like to bake in a lot of places, especially with this peach brightening powder. I just really like it for my under eyes. I think it sets concealer well, but I also do think it brightens up the face, so that's typically just where I'll put my brightening powder. This foundation does have a little bit of a lighter coverage. Typically when I use Anastasia, I like to go in as well with my Maybelline Better Skin Transforming Powder. So it just looks like this. I just take the little sponge with it. I think it works just fine. And I'm just going to set that on the rest of my face. I just like it because it gives a little bit more oomph, a little bit more coverage. And I also think this foundation does a really good job of making everything look airbrushed, which I think the Lack of Brightening Powder does as well. So I like to use these together. I just think it helps tie everything together really well. And then to dust off the excess powder, I'm using my Morphe E3 to dust everything away. And then to bronze, I'm going to go into the Bronze of Champions. It's a little like sample box from Benefit, but it has the Hoola bronzer inside, and I love the Hoola bronzer. So this is what I'm going to use to bronze up the face. I didn't want to do any cream contouring today. I don't know why. You know, I'm just having one of those days, but definitely if you want to cream contour or anything like that, you go right ahead, but just wasn't what I was feeling today. I also mentioned this box in my YouTube Didn't Make Me Buy a video. And I love this guy. Especially, like, I bring it out the most for the Hoola bronzer because you can't take the bronzer out. But I think it's a really great bronzer. I'm using the Morphe M530 like usual. So a couple things I'm going to do off camera just in the interest of saving time. I'm going to fill in my brows using the Benefit Goof Proof Pencil. I'm also going to put some lashes on. These are the Huda Beauty lashes in Samantha. So I'm going to pop these on as well, and then I'll be back to finish off the look. Okay, I'm going to go back and finish off the eyes. So in my waterline, I'm going to use this Colourpop gel liner, and this is in Cry Baby. So it's a really light lavender shade. It kind of reminds me of the Bon Fresco from the palette, actually. I've been wearing this a lot lately, and I get a lot of comments on Instagram saying, like, I really like that white liner in your eyes. The white liner makes your eyes pop, and it's actually always been Cry Baby. So just so you know, it's actually a lavender shade, but I love it. Colourpop gel liners are like hands down my favorite, so I'm just going to apply this in the waterline. And then for the lower lash line, I'm of course taking my Morphe E36. I'm actually going to pick up Venetian Red. It reminds me a lot of Love Letter. It just has more of a red tone to it, and it also has just like a hint of shimmer. But I'm going to place this on the lower lash line. And with this one, I'm being kind of like, I'm trying to make it closer to my lash line instead of like getting really crazy and smudging it out. I'm keeping this one close to the lash line. You could definitely use like a flat definer brush for this as well. I just am obsessed with my Morphe E36. To offset that, I'm going to use a little bit of burnt orange as well. This is like one of my favorite shades ever. Still using my Morphe E36. Sometimes if you use like red or pinks a lot, or especially in the lower lash line, it can make you look kind of sick, like your eyes are like red rimmed. So usually if I do that, I come in with another color as well. This one I'm being a little bit more sloppy and just blending this one out as well. And I'm also going to take just a little bit of Antique Bronze, and I'm going to focus this one in the middle of the lower lash line and then towards the inner corner instead of sweeping it all the way through. I'm just going to focus this one on that area. My bottom lashes, I'm just going to use a little bit of Smashbox X-Rated Mascara. My blush, I'm going to use Between the Sheets from Colourpop and my Morphe M427. I like this one. It's just a light kind of pinkish blush, so I thought it would match this look pretty well. So for highlight, I want to try something new. It's going to be my first time trying it. If you watched my Beautycon unboxing, these were both items in here, but I'm so excited to use this. This is a Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in Illuminati. So excited. And then also in the box came the Luxie 522 Tapered Highlighter Brush. So I'm finally going to use these, and I'm so excited. I hear so many good things about the Diamond Glow Powder. So I'm excited to test it for myself. So it is like a loose highlighter. So what I've seen people do is just like kind of spray their brushes. So I'm going to spray my brush with the MAC Fix Plus. So I'm just going to apply this to tops of my cheekbones. Oh, I hope the camera is picking that. Oh, hope the camera's picking that up. Hope the camera is picking that up. Whoa, that is so pretty. Ooh, Whoa. Wow, that is super pretty. That's way pretty. Okay, and I'm just gonna take some down center of my nose, tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, like normal. Oh, doggy. Okay, so that's the Diamond Glow Powder in Illuminati. Not mad. Not mad right now. Yeah, if you guys just want to like glow to the gods, I feel like this is a pretty darn good highlighter for that. Bam. Okay, so to finish it off, we need a lipstick, of course. So this is Huda Beauty's Bombshell. I love Huda's lipsticks so much. I mentioned them in my Best of Beauty video. I'm giving away a set in my Best of Beauty giveaway video. I just freaking love this, and I think it matches this look so well. So once I have the lip on, I'm just going to spray my face with a bit of MAC Fix Plus, and then this look is complete. That is going to finish up the look. What did you think? I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed putting it together for the second time. I was really happy to film this tutorial because when I did this look on Christmas, I just absolutely fell in love with it, and it's been one that I've been wanting to film for so long. I apologize, my lighting of course is probably not the best. I feel like I say that in so many of my videos, but I don't like filming tutorials when there's not sunshine and I have to use my light because I don't think it looks as good. But we have had no sunshine in a lot of days, which makes me super sad. I hate when there's no sun. Like, I don't even mind if it's 2 degrees, but if it's sunny outside, at least there's sunshine to boost my mood. But we haven't seen the sun in a while, so total bummer. But I apologize if my lighting was a little bit crazy, but you know, that's something I'm working on in 2017, is to get better lighting and more lighting. But I hope that you guys still enjoyed this look. I was like shocked at the way the highlight came out. I don't know, you probably saw my face. I can't wait to watch the footage back and look at my expression when I put the highlight on. So I hope that you guys liked it. I hope that you enjoyed this look, kind of like a romantic mauve type of look. I don't know, I love it. So I hope that you guys do as well. Of course, all of the products, brushes, everything that I used will be linked in the description box down below. Let me know what you guys want to see for my next makeup tutorial. I know I've been seeing a lot of like bolder looks being requested, so got that on my list. It's just not something I feel like I'm great at, but I can sure give it a shot, you guys, just for you. But like I said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please do give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to subscribe before you go, and I'll catch you real soon in my next one. Bye.